said they were going to kill him.
They wanted to kill him
for allowing Israelites
Khan.
who wasn't born as Israelites to come into the temple.
Khan.
So there was about, and that's why to this day you got guys that are teaching that Romans the 11th chapter is talking about other nations. It's not talking about other nations, it's talking about Israelites. The people that Yahushua healed, the woman that they call the dog, that was an Israelite. Yahushua is not going to heal no Edomite, man. He's not going to heal. Why would he heal an Edomite?
Right.
What kind of sense does that make? Yeah. Showed you that you guys don't know the scriptures.
Yeah, heal him to do
and
more.
I got a scripture for your ass.
Yeah, heal him to do more. Hey, heal him to do more wickedness. Hey, like that woman, the story in what was that movie? Shit. What was that movie where the woman told the story of the Gadite who healed the snake? Yeah, natural born killers. And then when the snake was healed, the snake bit her ass. As she lay dying, she said, "Why did you bite me?" Then the snake said, "Bitch, you knew I was a snake." Hey, well, that's the so-called white man. He was created to be a snake, man. You gotta let a snake be a snake, man. Acts 21 and 31. Acts 21 and 30. And all the city was moved, and the people ran together, and they took Paul and drew him out of the temple, and forthwith the doors were shut. And as they went about to kill him, tidings came unto the chief captain of the band that all Jerusalem was in an uproar, who immediately took soldiers and centurions and ran down unto them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers, they left beaten of Paul. So they were beating him up, you know, to the point of where they wanted to kill him with blows. All right, beat him to death, if you will. Okay, they were beating him down, man. Then the chief captain came near and took him and commanded, and that's the Lord delivering Paul once again, and took him and commanded him to be bound with. So hey, the man is beaten to the inch of his life. Now he's bound with 2 chains. And you guys are complaining about somebody said something bad about you in the knowledge. And commanded him to be bound with 2 chains and demanded who he was and what he had done. And some cried one thing, some another among the multitude. And when he could not know the certainty for the tumult, he commanded him to be carried into the castle.
It was a riot. There was a riot going on. It says, and when he came upon the stairs, so it was that he was born of the soldiers for the violence of the people. They had to carry him. They had to.
They were really delivering him from death.
They were actually carrying him. It says upon their shoulders, right? It says, and when he came upon the stairs, so it was that he was born of the soldiers for the violence of the people, meaning they were carrying him.
Yeah, for the violence of the people, I mean, for the beatdown that he got from the people. Meaning they probably broke, you know, his arms, maybe broke his legs and bent him up pretty bad.
Yeah. It says, for the multitude of the people followed after, crying, away with him. And as Paul was to be led into the castle,
and them same motherfuckers are back now, and they're on the comment board. Them same cocksuckers, and if you don't like the fact that I curse, don't watch it, all right? They're right back on the comment board. Yeah, we're not going to be professional, right?
Yeah, but that word is kind of harsh. That
well, that's how I feel.
CS word.
Hey, that's how I feel.
Try to refrain from that, brother.
But them same,
before Dr. James White gets it.
Yeah, cut. Them same unsavory fellows are on the comment board right now.
This is why certain guys can't get these scriptures, man. Like James White can't get it because he's not a prophet of the Lord. Vocab Cologne can't get it because he's not a prophet of the Lord. All right? Like he's talking about, I'll talk to him, I'll give him respect as an older man, I'll respect him, and there's issues we got to go. I said, man, you couldn't tell me a damn thing, man. You could. Hey, he tried to tell me that Caleb was an Edomite and show me scriptures. So I came back I did on the video. I came back and cut his ass, and he never came back. So I'm waiting for you to come back. Right. You know, you look, you ain't on my level, my man. That's right. That's right. All right, Songs of Solomon 4 and 10, and I listen to this. Now, Songs of Solomon, that's a heavy. You know, I'm going to do a whole thing on that. I was going to do one last night. Man, that's you got to. The Spirit got to be working with you to break down these songs. The Song of Solomon, man. That's a parabolic. I mean, that's super parabolic, man. All right. It says, go ahead.
Now, so you can't read that word for word as they do in the Calvinism and all that other crap.
Yeah, because you got guys saying, no, Song of Solomon, that was a woman. It wasn't no woman. It wasn't no woman saying the songs. It was Solomon, man. Because it tells you, matter of fact, go to that. Matter of fact, I'll go to it. Okay, Songs of Solomon 1 verse 1, right? It says the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. That's all I got to read. All right? Now I'm going back to Songs 4 and 10. It says, how fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse. You don't even know what that's talking about. It says, how much better is thy love than wine? And he's not talking to a woman. And the smell of thine ointments than all spices. That's talking about the scriptures. Thy lips, O my spouse, talking about the scriptures, meaning talking about the spirit of the scriptures, wisdom. Wisdom is likened to a woman. It says, thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. The scriptures are referred to as a honeycomb, man. About eating too much honeycomb, you've eaten too much honey, you vomit it back up. It says honey and milk. What is the milk talking about? Tells you in Isaiah, tells you in the book of Hebrews. When it talks about the milk, it's talking about the scriptures. It says, and under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. It says, 12th verse, a garden enclosed is my sister. You know what that means? It's a closed garden. Only certain people are invited in. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse. A spring, what comes out of a spring? Water, right? Shut up. A fountain sealed. You know what that means? Let me read that again. A garden enclosed is my sister. In other words, this truth, that's why I always talk about the inner circle. You're not in the inner circle. You know, you're not in the circle no more. And people are saying, what circle are you talking about? It's an invisible circle. That's that garden, man. A garden enclosed in the circle is my sister, my spouse, someone that I'm married to. You're married to these scriptures. A spring, give me that, was that John 7? Was that 38? Yeah. A spring shut up. This is a private spring for us to drink out of. That's why HODC went to Israel. You got to come back to Israel. The Spirit, and then the Spirit is going to deal with you. Well, wait a minute. What's happening over here while we over here? The Spirit ain't dealing with us? It's calcified, man. And I can show you how to clean your pineal gland. I got the go-to cola right over there. A spring shut up, a fountain sealed. So it's not for everybody. Good. Where we at?
We'll bind up the testimony and seal it among my disciples. Yeah, Isaiah.
I got some. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. She For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the
defiled thing fall into enclosed garden.
For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends.
That's why vocab Cologne and James White can't get it, because it's not entering into their souls.
The Spirit ain't supping with them. Yahushua talked about supping with his elect.
And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls,